Hey guys, Ipsy time. So much Ipsy to talk about. I got the January bag. I got the Two of the Gods gift bag. I got all sorts of stuff to walk you through, and I am beyond excited. I've been doing these hauls now for the past couple of months. I was like in a rut with my routine. My skin was looking dull, my makeup was looking, just kind of And I think the problem was I've just been using the same products for so long, and my skin needed a refresh. And investing in these services like Ipsy and FabFitFun has been a way that I can experiment and try different products without breaking the bank. So I've probably spent, I don't know, $100 over the course of like the past 2 or 3 months. And I've gotten so many products, and I've liked pretty much everything, but it's like, even if I don't like it, it's a few bucks. And am I going to do this forever? I don't know. I might get bored with it eventually, but as of right now, I'm in this new phase of life where I'm experimenting with new things. My skin is not what it was 20 years ago, and it needs new products. And it's just a great way to try these without, just worrying about it too much, worrying that you go into Sephora and pick, a $50 foundation, and then you realize when you really try it that you don't like it. So anyway, that's my pitch. I don't need to pitch you. I'm sure you already use Ipsy, or you just want to hear about what's in the bag. So this is the bag. Really love the bag this month. I don't treat my makeup well, or my makeup bags, or like my bags in general. Like, I throw stuff in there. I have a kid, like snacks, makeup gets everywhere, and just to have this like kind of wipeable, I like the way that it's made. It seems very sturdy. It's a little bit small, but it's sort of nice if you just want to kind of throw a few products in there. Happy with the bag. So this is what I got. We'll start with what they chose for me. And I'm pretty much using all of these products right now, or most of them. So the first one is the Elixmin Blonde Brow Pencil. Really nice brow pencil. I don't have a lot of brow stuff, so I think I actually said in the quiz that I wanted more brow stuff, and was happy that they got this for me. And I was like pleasantly surprised how well they matched the shade. The blonde was like perfect. Just gave it's almost like a taupey, I guess, because you don't want it to be too light, especially with blondes. Typically, your brows are going to be like a shade or so darker than your hair if you're a natural blonde, which at this point I'm mostly gray. I'm not in that phase of my life yet where I'm ready to embrace it. So I do get my hair colored, but my natural color before I was gray was blonde. And so my eyebrows are still basically that same kind of like taupey color. And it nailed it with this shade. I think it's an indie brand, but happy to support an indie brand. And they did a nice job with this pencil. It has a super like fine tip, so you can kind of draw like the little, almost like hair like lines. So it looks super natural. And on the other side, you have this this wand to kind of blend it all in. And yeah, I think that my brows look definitely more filled in than when I don't use it. So that's a win. It just kind of like finishes the look a little bit, but was really happy with this. The second thing that I got was the Fresh Phase Primer. I don't tend to use a lot of primers, but when I do, they come in handy. So typically, like, my makeup is pretty no fuss. I work from home. I have a pretty busy lifestyle. I have a young child, and so I'm not like spending a lot of time on my makeup. It's not like I'm going into an office every day and need to look super put together. But when I do need it, it comes in super handy. So I several times a month I have events that I go to. So I want my makeup to, if I'm going to go to the trouble of putting makeup on, I want it to last. So I can't attest to whether or not this is going to lock in my makeup, but I did use this today just to like see how it felt on my skin. And it feels lovely. And it does kind of like blur, you know, kind of the fine lines and just give your skin a nice smooth, like a smooth palette. Is that the right word? I don't know. To, you know, put your foundation on. So was happy with that too. The next thing I got was the e.l.f. Pout Clout Plumping Pen. This was a full-size product. I was happy with this. I like the shades that they choose. This one, it looks like sort of brown, but on it sort of looks like kind of a mauve. I don't know how to pronounce that. Mauvey taupey. And it's very glossy, and it does give you a little bit of a sting when you first put it on. And it does make your lips plumper. So that's a win. Yeah, I liked that too. This was my favorite. This was the Galactic 2-in-1 Luminous Tint Foundation. It's like they know me. It's like they know that I don't want like heavy full coverage foundation. This is like a really nice size to try it and see if I like it, and I did really like it. I also don't tend to use a lot of foundation, so even this tiny size will probably take me a good bit to get through. And I like that, you know, I don't have to take like a glass foundation jar with me on the go if I want to, you know, touch up my makeup. I can just put this in, and it just gives you a nice little glow. If you can build it up if you want a little bit more of like a medium coverage, but I tend to like more of a sheer or, you know, kind of a lighter coverage, no makeup look. And it's lovely. Okay, so the next thing, so this is actually the one that I picked, and I'm embarrassed that I picked it because I could even tell in the picture that it was small, but I didn't realize how small. So this is Tatcha, the Longevity Serum. It is so tiny. I don't know. I mean, I've heard great things about Tatcha. I feel like they could have done a little bit better with the size on this. Like, come on, give us, like, this is like a use, probably. Like, give us 5 uses. Like, how are we going to even know if we like the product? But I did try it, and it seems nice, but that one seemed a little silly. Okay, now I'm going to talk about what I chose as my add-ons. I thought I did 3 add-ons, or did I do 2 add-ons? I thought I did 3. Am I missing one? Please hold. Maybe I'm not missing one. Okay, the first add-on was the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream. I love this size. This is like the perfect size for all of my travels. I will definitely use this, and I did take it to the gym with me the other day, and it is really nice. Really, like it says, dewy, just luscious. It's a win. The other thing I got was the Ultra Repair Rescue Barrier Balm from First Aid Beauty. And so this I got because it's winter in New York City right now. I had a facial last week, and my skin just felt like just a lot was going on. The facial was great, but it's you know, it does a number on your skin. And so I've been putting this balm on. Like, think of it like Aquaphor, but, you know, a little bit more gentle and not as greasy, but it just kind of like locks in the moisture. You have to put on, you know, some sort of hydration before, otherwise you're just kind of locking in nothing. But it really just kind of soothes the skin and is nice in those winter months. I've been using this for the past 3 nights, and I like it. And even though it's tiny, you'll get a good bit out of this. At least I do, because I don't use a ton of it because it is pretty thick. All right, I still feel like I'm missing a product. Which is annoying me, but maybe that's just in my head. All right, let's move on. So the next haul, so I was influenced and I bit the bullet and got this Dew of the Gods holiday set. Comes in a cute little bag. You know, it's in January now, so it's not as relevant, but you could definitely reuse it too, which I didn't even think of that. But most of the products in here were minis. Happy to have minis. And here are the things that they put in it. I like Dew of the Gods, by the way. I've gotten a few things now from them, and everything I'm really happy with. The first thing, the hyaluronic lip butter in strawberry mandarin. I've been obsessively using this for the past couple of days. It is so just lush, and it smells great. It doesn't smell like, you know, you hear strawberry mandarin and you're like, that it sounds like kids. It sounds like juvenile, but it feels like lush and just like elevated, and feels really nice on your skin, on your lips, and obsessively using that. So liked that. Haven't used this yet, but this is a cleanser, Matcha My Energy matcha and coconut cream facial cleanser. Always happy to have these mini cleansers. Throw them in my gym bag, throw them in my travel bag. You're not taking up a ton of room with these big cleansers. And generally my face does fine with like all types of cleansers. But it's kind of nice to have these cute little minis. The next thing that they added was the Amalfi Glaze Heaven Grade Body Serum in a mini. And this is a body serum, and I put a little bit on my skin last night, and it is, it's so dewy, and it smells great. It smells like vacation, and it has like just a hint of like a shimmer to it. So I feel like on a summer night, or I mean, even in your home, like whatever you want, I love it. I love it. I've never tried a body serum. I've always, I have tons of lotions and things like that, but it just feels like very, very dewy and light on your skin. And the last thing that we got was the Ultra Tonic Watermelon Extract. It does have some alpha hydroxys in it. And it smells amazing. I actually used this last night, and I had like some redness, like little like blemishes on my skin, and this morning they were gone. They were gone. This stuff, it's the Dew of the Gods. It must be the alpha hydroxy that just kind of, tones the skin and gets rid of those, texture and things like that. But it also, despite it, being alpha hydroxy, which can be a little bit harsher on your skin if you're a little more sensitive, but whatever the formula they used, my skin didn't feel sensitive. So really happy with that toner. I think that's going to be like my main toner from now on. I'm going to skip it on days that I'm doing like a retinol, or like any other active, but on the days that I'm just doing like regular skincare, I think I'm going to use that toner. Okay, while we're talking about Dew of the Gods, a couple of other things I picked up, this Amalfi Gold Olive and Argan Oil Hair Serum. Incredible. I have this on my hair right now. You can see it's like, it just kind of, my hair tends to get frizzy if I don't, use products like this, but this one just feels, again, something in their formula. I think they use olive oil on a lot of their stuff or something that just makes it like spun gold. It's just like so smooth. Beautiful hair oil. And the next thing I got, this was actually, so this one, the hair oil, and this is a body cream, was not in the Dew of the Gods holiday set. This was, I just bought separately. And this one I got, I can't say no to like a pumpkin sugar cookie scent. I can't. Can you say no to that? Who can say no to that? And I think it was like $6 or something like that. And it feels like, again, it just feels like serumy, luscious goodness, and it smells like a pumpkin sugar cookie. And again, not in like, you know, like body wash kind of way. It's somehow elevated. It's like a pumpkin sugar cookie for adults. That's how I can explain it. All right, I got a couple more things. I know this video is getting way too long. Okay. The Naked Sundays Cabana Glow Mineral Glow Serum Drops. I got this from the shop. I don't know what it cost. Like $6. Like this full-size product. And I needed a new sunscreen for my face or under my makeup. And this stuff, I'm going to throw out all of my sunscreens. This was amazing. It felt like water, you know, on my skin. And this is a mineral sunscreen. So those are, you know, physical sunscreens. I think, you know, by dermatologists, they typically prefer a mineral sunscreen. Don't quote me on that, but that's my understanding. But mineral sunscreens, because they are physical, don't always work great under makeup. Like they can pill, they can just look like a blanket on your skin. And this just like absorbed into my skin and incredible. And I used it under my foundation and it was like, you almost could use this like as a primer. I don't know if that would help with the longevity of your makeup, but just the way that it just was like so smoothing, kind of like smoothed out everything, was incredible. Speaking of foundation, I tried the LYS stick foundation, and this was great. This was, again, like $6. I pay attention to this brand because this is like under the radar, I think. It was great, a great experience. I've used it a couple of times. I think because I think it's a little bit more of a matte, satiny finish, not super glowy, but because I had sort of that glowy SPF under my skin, that it just kind of balanced everything out and gives me like not a matte look, but not a glowy look. It's like this nice in between. You could kind of sheer it out too if you didn't want like a full coverage, but you could definitely get full coverage if you wanted from that product. I'm typically not a full coverage girl, but if you wanted that, you could get it from that product. The last two things I got, I haven't tried these yet, but I don't know why I've been on like an eye cream. Probably because of my age, and it's like my problem area. I'm like trying to find the magic solution to all of my eye, you know, all my eye woes. So the first thing I got was the Elemis Peptide Eye Recovery Cream. And it's so hard, you know, especially if you've only used it for a couple of days to tell if it does anything, especially if you're kind of layering it with other products. But this one felt really nice. I like that it has peptides in it. It says it's reviving. I mean, so much of it is, I don't know if it's marketing speak, but it felt really nice, and it wasn't expensive at the Ipsy shop. And the last thing I got, this one I haven't used yet, Murad. This is a tried and true brand. It's called the Retinol Youth Renewal Eye Serum. And always like nervous about using retinols, but also I feel like I need to. The thing is, my skin is sensitive, so I need to do it very selectively, but I know that it is the benefits of using retinol, especially on, you know, aging skin, it's proven, you know, dermatologists recommend it, and I just feel like I should be using it a little bit more, so I'm gently adding it into my routine. And again, it's that eye area where I have these fine lines. I have like some bags under here. So I'm always trying to, you know, find ways of, you know, fixing those things as much as I can. Again, I'm aging. I'm 45. It's fine. But, you know, I'm vain. What do you want from me? And it's fun. It's fun to like kind of crack the code, be like, I tried all these things, and it actually works. And I have to say, the past 3 months, like, it's possible to turn back the clock. Like, it really is, if you just, try a little. I've been kind of going full force. You don't have to. You can ease in. You can try some things here and there, but I've been going sort of full force for the past 3 months, and I can definitely see a difference. I haven't had Botox. I've had one facial, but it's just been skincare and, very, light touch. I tend to have a light touch with makeup. So that is everything I got in my Ipsy haul. I am thrilled. I cannot wait for February. I love that it's every month. Like, it's so fun. Just like kind of looking at all the little bottles, and doing these videos is fun too, because it kind of lets you like reminisce, on all of these fun purchases that you made. So I'm happy as a clam. I'm happy as a clam. Thanks for watching. See you next time.